Yeah, I mean, we're used to field storming. We're obviously it's at home every game, and if we lose on the road, we get it there too. So we get a lot of experience at it. We've dealt with it, but it's I didn't really even know about it till last week. Honestly, we were in our program meetings, and Graham kind of went over it. So I think they've got a good plan in place where hopefully can achieve the objectives of being able to get the team off the field. And then, but still be able to gather at the Paul and have the fans come on and hold the alma mater until we do that. So, I think they got a good plan in place.
Yeah, but the settlement with the ACC over the summer, I know that Baltimore administrative and things like that. But now that that is resolved, I guess A, how did you feel about where that landed, and B, I guess if at all, I mean, did you feel that might have been a distraction, if anything, over the last year or two?
No, it really wasn't a distraction for me because I didn't have to deal with any of that. I just let Graham, President Clements, and all the lawyers and everybody do their thing, but I'm glad that all that's behind us, and I think it landed in a really good place, and everybody has an opportunity if you go perform to be rewarded for it.
Dabo, what do you think about Brian Kelly's comments referring to Clemson as Death Valley Junior?
I didn't think about it. My focus is just on getting ready to play the game. None of the rest of it.
Coach, to follow up on that, he mentioned that they have circled this game on the calendar inside the New York facility in this program. Have you guys made any such point, or you just kept it a normal MO for you guys?
I mean, we every game's huge for us. I mean, they're all big. As I say, if Troy's going to be big too. You lose that one, you'll find out how big it is. So they're all big. A goal for us is to win the opener. That's always been a goal for us. We've been more successful than not in achieving that goal, but it's just one goal, and we've got multiple goals on our goal board, and we look at it every day. So winning that opener is important. That's why it's a standalone goal for us, regardless of who we play. And for us, we play big games every year, and typically we open up with big games. So. It's just kind of, the way we expect it to be.
Coach, how do you feel about the player movement?
I think special we stayed with Bill Belichick described his relationship, and what do you anticipate being like when playing later in the season lined up on the other side?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really have much of a relationship with him prior to ACC meetings in May at Amelia Island. But it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I mean, there was more than one occasion that I went, yep, that's Bill Belichick right there. Right here in the ACC head coaches meetings. It's like the most 2025 thing ever. But it's been great because, it's how often would a coach get a chance to be, with a coach like Bill Belichick? Most of the time you'd have to be in the NFL, and then all of a sudden he's in your ACC coaches meetings, and so it's provided opportunity to get to know him differently, and hours of meetings in May, and then casual chit chat opportunities like this where you get a chance to see him, and now certainly get a chance to play him. It's been it's been really cool. I got a lot of respect for him. I mean, it's well documented what he's done as a football coach. But I just think he's a very interesting guy. I love to talk to him. So I saw him smile several times today. I don't know if y'all met with him yet or not, but how's it been? Is he giving y'all more than we're on to camp? I don't know. Has it been? Oh, well, I anticipate that. Next question. I don't know. We'll start camp next week. On to camp.
About the new ACC policy on player availability, and how do you guys plan to manage that?
Yeah, I know that they came out with something. I still don't know what. I don't even. Y'all can probably tell me what it is. I guess they'll tell me when I get back. Do I get to still use day to day? I don't get to use day to day anymore. Oh, okay. I can't just give Chapel day to day. It's day to day, Chapel. Yeah. Day to day, month to month. We're all year to year, week to week. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's going to be like at one time we had that at some point. I don't know. One of these years we were doubtful, probable, unaccountable, can't find them. I don't know. I mean, we had all these different categories that we had. So I think I understand the purpose of it from I guess a gambling standpoint and all that stuff. But it's fine with me. I don't have a problem with it.
I know you're excited about Randall, what he can do for running back. What are the challenges of switching position in your college career from wide receiver?
Yeah, you see that. You see it in the pros. You've seen guys go from defense to offense. From one of my favorite all-time players, Jim Jensen. Anybody remember him? You old enough to remember Jim Jensen? And that's name from the Dolphins, the Swiss Army knife. Like, he was one of my all-time favorite players because he played linebacker, tight end, quarterback, punter, tight end, fullback. He literally played all those positions. And so, you see it at all levels. But it's not like, football's football, but he's and for him in particular, he actually was more of a quarterback running back growing up until he moved to receiver. And so it's been a natural transition for him, and I'm excited for him. He's just really done the work, and obviously the playoff game gave him some confidence after about 3 days of practice. So I think he certainly has built on that, and so I'm excited to see it come to fruition. Well, first of all, he's just a very committed and focused, young person. Really has a vision for what he wants to do, and that drives him. It drives his habits, and so I think you don't always see that in young people. He's not a distracted kid at all. He is locked in and always has been. So I think that's where it starts for him, because again, that's what dictates his habits. He is incredibly gifted when it comes to his understanding of the nuances of playing the receiver position, and whether it be release technique, separation technique, break points, his change of direction is really, really good. He plays long. He's not big per se, but he kind of like Renfro in that he plays big. He plays with a lot of length. He's got a lot of natural instincts for body control, high pointing balls, can really play all three positions. So, again, that speaks to his defensive knowledge and his overall knowledge of the total concept. He's just the same guy every day. He just shows up every day. He's as tough as they come. So, there's a lot that makes him special. And it's been fun, but I think it all comes down to just how he's wired. He really, truly is driven by a very, very clear vision that he has for what he wants to do, and he's willing to do what it takes.
Cade was talking about how important that day was to him when he met with you in your office. And what do you remember about the day? What was the message you were trying to get across?
I just wanted him to know, I believed in him, and because it just is what it is when you sign up to do this, whether you're a coach at this level or certainly play the quarterback position. There's a lot of criticism and there's a lot of opinions and things like that, and I just knew there was going to be a lot of noise and a lot of stuff, and he's a young person, and I just felt like it was important that I let him know that I fully believed in him, and I didn't want him worrying about me going and getting a guy and this. I wanted him to know, hey, you're my guy, and if it don't work, then I'm going down with you, and but I believe in you, and this is a developmental game, and I've done it for a long time, so we forget that because now we're in this world where if you're not great as a freshman, you stink, and you move on to the next guy, and it's a developmental game. And he's getting better, but I was just talking about it to the people at on the huddle that I experienced that too. I know what it means to have someone believe in you, and Woody McCorvey believed in me as a player. Gene Stallings believed in me as a player and as a young 26-year-old coach at Alabama. And in 2010, we won 6 games, and after we lost at home. In the last one, I mean, doing the press conference, I walk out, my wife's crying, and I just thought she was just sad, feel bad for me, and I just gave her a hug, and I said, it's going to be okay, babe, we'll be all right. And then she looks at me again, and she goes, Terry Dunn's in your office, and I went, oh, and I mean, I think I'm getting fired, and she thinks I'm getting fired, and so just kind of took a moment to just kind of gather myself, and I'm like, well, you know what, hey, God's still on the throne, and it's what He's got for me, and so I just kind of. I come out of the West Zone. There was my office was over there. I walked down, and the door's cracked, and Terry Don's sitting on the couch, and I literally think I'm getting fired. And I go from thinking I'm getting fired to him telling me how much he believes in me, and that hey, there's going to be a lot of criticism. There's going to be a lot of this and that. And here's what I want you to know: you keep doing what you're doing, and I want you to know that I got your back. And he said, and I believe in you more now than even when I hired you. And then he got up and he said, and if it don't work, you can come help me pack, and I'll come help you pack. And he gave me a hug, and he walked out. And those of you who knew Terry Don Phillips and know him, he's not a man of a lot of words, but he had a lot of conviction in his words, and he meant what he said. And I mean, I go from like literally and my wife thinks I'm fired because Terry Don walks out and Cass out there, ready to come just cry with me, I guess, and she walks in. She's like, and I'm like, I didn't get fired. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, said he loves me. So it's just I think that's just, we all are, we're products of all the people that have shaped us and poured in our life, and I've had a lot of great leaders pour into my life, and that was a moment that I felt like he needed. To know that, hey, listen, I don't care what you hear or what you read or whatever. Like, hey, man, I'm in the foxhole with you, and you just keep doing what you're doing. I believe in you, and so I'm proud of him. He's done the work. He's an amazing human being. He really is. He's a neat young man and great football player, but he's got a lot of great days ahead. And if he stays healthy, you need a little luck. I know everybody everybody wants to make all these predictions and things like that, and you can't predict your way in anything. You got to go do it, and you got to have a little luck along the way. And I know this: if that guy stays healthy, it will have a chance, and because he's going to always give you a chance.